What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be putting a resonator on the 135. So you guys might be wondering, why the heck am I putting a resonator on the 135? And honestly, the 4-inch, while it does look better than the 3-inch, it is pretty much deafening anything under like 3,000 RPMs. If you're just trying to like drive around, it's pretty much impossible to not make a huge racket. So while I do love loud cars, I'm thinking this one should be a little bit quieter than it is, because it's honestly louder than the Mustang with the 5-inch beast on here. Yeah, it's louder than the Mustang for some reason. So yeah, I'm gonna need to quiet it down a little bit. Like I showed last time, I added this flange right here, so I can easily put the 4-inch back on whenever I want. And this will make it a whole lot easier now to build a section here that is that has the resonator in it, because I won't even have to remove any of the first part of the exhaust. So I'll unbolt this, start mocking everything up for the resonated version, and then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do after the resonator for a tip. Here is the actual resonator I chose. It's about 10 inches by 6 inches by 5 inches. So it's actually called the ultra quiet design. I doubt it's going to be ultra quiet, but it should bring down the tone a little bit. And of course I used stainless steel. Everything I build is stainless steel, so it actually lasts and doesn't rust. So that should weld up great with all of the stainless 3-inch I have. And yeah, let's get to work. All right, I think I've got the muffler placed exactly where I want it. So far I actually just used one bend right there between the new V-band flange and the muffler itself. So I was trying to kind of direct it towards the outlet in the bumper, and I kind of just put a bend in here just loose, just to see if I'm lined up. And let's see if I can get it. So what I'm trying to do is get it to align with this side of the cutout in the bumper, because I'm thinking I'm gonna do a dual 3-inch. So this will come out this side, and then I'll have to build another pipe off for the second tip. So for now, I'm just trying to get it to roughly line up. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but in real life, it does line up pretty well. Now that I have this set up, I'm gonna tack that bend to the flange and the muffler. Now I've got the that first bend tacked on to the flange and the muffler, so I'm going to bolt it back up and start on the tip. Now I'm on to the tip construction. So this is the main pipe that connects to the muffler, and then this is going to be the secondary tip. So what I need to do is get these to fit something like that. So what I'm going to need to do is cope this end of of this second tip so that it can butt up nice to this tube. Obviously, see, that doesn't work at all. So I'm gonna have to cope it, meaning I'm gonna have to curve it basically so that it can fit up against this tube, and then I'll need to cut a hole in the side of this guy so that I can then fit it up and weld it up. And ideally, I think I'm going for like a 1/2 inch gap between the pipes. I think that normally looks pretty good. I have made a lot of dual tip and blast pipes in the past, but I've actually never done it this way with trying to cope one side and having one be the main side and the other be coped to fit. Normally I do just like a Y construction with using actually straight pieces. But yeah, I want to learn something new, so I'm going to try it this way. I don't really have a good coping set up, so I'm actually going to do this all with the angle grinder, with the cutting wheel and the grinding wheel. So let's see how it goes. I just finished coping the tube, which was actually a huge pain. I would definitely not suggest doing it the way I did it with the angle grinder. It's definitely not perfect, but it will definitely work. So I now have it fit up where I want it, and now I marked the hole that I need to cut out in the side of the first tube. Now I have the tip at least tacked together, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do the final welds for these 3 welds right now while it's not connected to the muffler, so it's a lot easier to maneuver around. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll start with attaching it to the muffler. I've got the tip welds all finished up, so now I have it placed exactly where I want it, kind of centered in this cutout. Looks pretty good. So now I will do this last tack to the muffler, and then I can take it off and do the final welds on the whole thing, and it should be done. I just got done polishing, so this thing is finally done. It was a lot of work, especially that cope, but I'm really happy with how it came out. Welds look pretty good. The muffler itself kind of welded a little weird, but other than that, I worked through it and got them cleaned up. Yeah, my first cope ever went pretty well. See if I can get it in focus. So that went pretty well. There's a lot of time to do manually. So the last thing to do is bolt it up and see how it sounds.